The world is a much different place since COVID. So what do we do to not only survive, but thrive? Well, that is the message of a one-day workshop right here at the Ramp Church. I got all the details.
This is the 28th Leadership Empowerment Symposium that we're holding. We're here at the Ramp Church, and the theme of this is We Are Better Together. The work of nonprofits today is more important than ever before in history, and it's more difficult. And funders nationwide are looking at funding opportunities that are collaborative. They're giving preference to those, and some are even requiring that we collaborate. So we don't know how to do that because we're busy and we're working really hard, but maybe it's hard work, but maybe we're making it harder than it should be. So we're better together. That's the theme.
And what a great chance to network while you're here and get to know each other and then learn from these speakers.
We have some amazing speakers coming from California and Chicago and Texas, Florida, with special messages for how do you deal with boards. Boards are good people, but they want to do a better job, and we want them to do a better job, but we need to learn a few things about leadership. So the last 2 years have been really tough. It's been in turmoil, and things are changing, and they're still going to change. So equipping ourselves for the future. We've done some things in the past. We've done some good things. But it's time for us to raise the bar on our own performance, our board, and our whole organization, because we have important things to do, and we need to have the funding to be able to do it. So we're going to cover a number of topics which helps us be better collaborators and be better targets for those funders.
And obviously this has been successful over the years. It's the 28th year. What kind of response have you had from the people that have attended in the past?
Oh, they start collaborations. We haven't taught it before. This is intentional this time. It just happens organically. So we're focusing on it because it's really important. We have a lot of charities in the area. This is for the whole area. If you're within a 2-hour driving distance of Lynchburg, come and see us. You will be glad you did. If you're too busy, you need to be here. If you're too stressed, you need to be here, because we're going to deal with those things. We have an organizational developmental psychologist from California who will speak to that directly. We have the man that wrote the book, Stop the Nonprofit Board Blame Game. We've got President Allison from the University of Lynchburg talking about vision. So we've got some, and then we have really 2 speakers here that you got to hear.
And speaking of which, you're talking about self-care, and this is such an important message, I think, not only for nonprofits and clergy, but for people in general. Tell me more about your message.
Thanks for the invitation. I am aware that these are really anxious times. So what I hope to do in my tea talk is to help our leaders to check in with themselves, with their physical wellness, their connection to their purpose, their why they do what they do, their mental wellness, relationships, how well they're doing. I'm going to give them a little bit of a fun way to do a daily check-in on how they're doing and if they're in their flow, and helping the work that they're doing flow.
Ooh, now I am so curious. And also, we're talking to the keynote speaker, and what kind of conversation are you going to bring to the board?
We're going to be talking about the concept of cross-pollination, about using the skill sets that are right in front of you and the people that are near you. Being connected to people who are enough like you that you're compatible, but different enough that you can produce something. And so those are some things we're going to be talking about. And one awesome thing about this great conclave, it's ecumenical. It's a coming together of the sacred and the secular sector. It's something everybody from a religious leader and a business leader can draw from. And so those are some principles we're going to be teaching that's going to be applicable to whatever sector that you're serving in.
Such great advice. And Hugh, give us the details. How can folks sign up and hang out with you all?
Go to lynchburgtogether.org. Lynchburg Together is what we're doing, .org. And you can call 540-250-2593 for more information.